What's going on, plebeians? Neil with the Balding Plebs, and I'm back here today to talk about another brand new video game. So tonight we're going to be talking about Stalker 2. Yes, this game is basically the original with better graphics. It was what I was hoping this game was going to be. Now I'm going to hold no buts about it. This game does not hold your hand whatsoever. I find myself dying multiple times. Harkens me back to the days of the original Stalker, to the days when games hit you a few times and if you didn't heal, you were dead. It doesn't let you recover your health randomly, automatically, auto healing. It doesn't have any of those features in it. No, it just has these smash mouth survival in your face features, which is something that I really liked about the original Stalker series, because the game, though it was brutal, it always felt fair. Yes, that's right. We even talk about this with Souls-like games. No, I'm not comparing this game to a Souls-like, but I am saying the game feels fair. That's an important distinction to make. Now let's talk about some things that I didn't like before I get too dick sucky with this review. I want to talk about a few things that I don't like. Some of the sound, some of the, like, you swing your weapon, it seems kind of wimpy, kind of dinky. The sound, the response from that isn't as good. The feedback isn't as good. You know, it's kind of muted the way things sound when you swing your weapon. I was never really blown away or impressed by that. Another thing that kind of annoyed me is right when you load in, for me, you know, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to bang. I'm ready to play. So I'm going into my wheel. I'm trying to get my weapon, turn my flashlight on, do all of that stuff. There's a few seconds delay after you load where it's like if you've already hit that, it like goes into like the slow motion, weird, buggy, glitchy thing. And I think that's just a development thing. I think that might just be something they have to hammer out in time. Another thing that I don't like is right off the bat in this game, and again, I understand that I just said I liked how brutal it was and how unfair it was, but one thing I want to remind you guys is if you're trying to endear yourself to new players, putting them in a situation where they're going to die frequently right away can be a bit of a middle finger. Now, that being said, I will say this, the mutants in this game very quickly remind you, hey, we're not messing around. This game teaches you things right off the bat, like pay attention to what you're doing, pay attention to how you're using your item slots. You might accidentally use a medikit when really what you want to use is a bandage. I'm going to give you guys a perfect example of that right here. I'm in a heated firefight. I smoke this dude. First thing on my mind is healing, so I accidentally use a medikit when in reality I should have used a bandage, which would have stopped that bleeding status that I had, and it would have put me in a better position. Item conservation in this game can be oh so important. This game does something along the lines of, it gives you a feeling of, I need to make each encounter count. I need to make each fight that I have count because they all matter. And in this game, a group of 3 enemies can absolutely kill you. A group of 2 soldiers can absolutely kill you in this game, especially early on when you aren't necessarily kitted like you need to be. But this game does a very good job of, without beating you over the head with tutorials, showing you if you aren't prepared for your fights in this game, if you aren't prepared for your encounters in this game, you are going to suffer. A lot of fights in this game, you're going to find yourself thinking, man, oh man, should I just go in guns blazing? Should I stealth around and look around a little bit? Should I try to knock one guy off with my knife? You know, so there's different ways to approach each encounter, and I really appreciate that about this game. Another thing that I appreciate about this game is the weapons the enemies have are the weapons they drop. Sometimes in video games, you know, you'll fight an enemy and have a really cool machine gun. You're like, man, I wish I could get that. And then you go to search him and he has a dinky-ass pistol for a drop. One of the most annoying things in game design as far as I'm concerned. This rifle I have equipped right now, I just picked that off a guy's body. I just picked that up, and I'm really happy with that kind of player feedback in games. Now, I'm going to show you guys what I mean when I talk about you have the ability to go in guns blazing. And that's basically what this is here. This group of enemies spotted me. They started shooting. So you know what? I said, I'm going to put some grenades downfield. I'm going to grab my submachine gun. I'm going to run in there, and I'm going to give it all I got because I'm pretty sure I'm going to survive this. And if I didn't, I had just saved, so I didn't really care at this point. So he's dead. Now he's dead. The other guy was killed by a grenade. And now, not only do I have a chance to empty their weapons, take their ammunition, but I can also get some things off their bodies. So far, the story I've experienced is traditional Stalker fare. If you liked the original, you will more than likely like Stalker 2. I've been playing this game on both Xbox Series X and both Xbox Series S. I've had absolutely zero issues whatsoever. The load times are decent, though with the amount of times you die, you do spend a lot of time in the loading screens. That being said, overall my experience has been pretty positive. I said this to my girlfriend the other night and she kind of seemed to agree with me. So far I give Stalker 2 a 7 out of 10. And honestly, if you like the original, you should play it. Neil with the Balding Plebs, your thoughts on Stalker 2 in the comments below. And I'll see you plebeians right here next time.